A very good morning, my dear children. Today we'll start with one more interesting chapter of civics, and the name of the chapter is Women Change the World. Very interesting chapter. In this chapter, so I'll be covering this whole chapter, in one presentation. So there'll be no need to divide the chapter in two parts, though it will take some time, but I think that you will really like the chapter. So let's begin. So women change the world. So here is the introduction of the chapter, that what we all are going to learn in this chapter. What are the main points here? So the first one is that we all know that though we people and our present generation is becoming very advanced, but still, and in every step of life, women are still facing the situation of inequality. They are getting education, they are being pampered by their parents, but when they move in their in-laws, when they move further, the discrimination can be seen in that. So women's movement have risen to challenge discrimination. Lots of campaigns have been introduced that can boost and empower women, and fewer opportunities are given to women, and expectations from them is also very less. So perceptions, here we will talk about the different perceptions of people. A lot of people think that women are fit only for certain kinds of job. Yeah, I think yes, it's very true. We think that women can serve only the household and the family, and she's not good, she is not able to take a good profession for herself. In most of the families, women are taught that after school, their main goal is that they have to get married. Then one of the example is Lakshmi Lakra. She was a lady who again was, faced a lot of pressure in her life being a woman, but she broke the stereotype image when she became the first when she became the first engine driver of the Northern Railways. And we live in a society where you can see, we are facing a lot of pressure. Yeah, if boys do not work hard, then also they get bullied, and they get bullied for the reason that for the salary. So there are so many reasons that everyone in the society gets discriminated. Next, it talks about learning for change. Yeah, that we have to learn and we have to accept changes. With passage of time, we cannot resist to change. We have to accept changes. We have to see that women have the equal rights as compared to men. And we have to realize that going to school is a very important part of a person's life, be it a man or a woman, be it a girl or a boy. So today it is very difficult for us to imagine that schools and learning could be seen as out of bounds and not appropriate for some children. So we cannot imagine that some can go to school and some can stop going to school. So this is a wrong perception. So we have to learn for change. We have to change for us. Now you can see the image of this lady, and you must be imagining that who this lady is. She is Rashundra Devi. So she is like, there is a very successful story about this lady. So what happened that in the previous times, the very few people, they had the ability to learn, read and write. And, most of the children in the families, they learned the work of their families, or the elders did. What their elders used to do, they also follow the same. Even in families where skills like pottery, weaving and craft were taught, the contributions of daughters and women was seen as secondary. Clear? So preference was always given to the male gender in the society. But in the 19th century, what happened? New ideas like learning, education, they all appeared. and there was a lot of opposition to educating girls ever then. So oppositions to educate girls were still going on. So a lot of struggle has been faced by the female section of the society. In 1890s, what happened? Ramabai campaigned the cause of women's education. She started a campaign. And Rokia Shekhawat Hussain, she learned English from her elder brother and elder sister in spite of family opposition. Her family did not support her, but still she was so determined that she learned English from her elder siblings, elder brother and elder sister. And today we can remember her as a famous writer. So she became a famous writer then. Rashundra Devi, you can see her image. It is on the top. She is a Bengali. She is a Bengali, and she was the first Indian woman who wrote an autobiography in Bengal, and its name is Amar Jeevan. So there is a success story of Rashundra Devi, and I'll in the next coming slides we'll be sharing that also. So schooling and education today both, you all know that girls and boys are equally contributing in the educational section of the society. But the difference in their education still remains in some parts of the country. Today, education, it is not an option, but it is a right to education for every boy and girl. But still, we can see that only 50% of the girls receive education. Though it is a right, but only 50% of the girls receive education. India has a census. Just a minute. India has a census. Now you all must be asking that, ma'am, what is census? Census is kind of a survey, that has been taken after every 10 years. Clear? It is regarding to literacy rate, population rate, what is the sex ratio, and different surveys have been conducted, and the results can be formulated after every 10 years. So, research has also observed that a large number of scheduled caste and scheduled tribe children, SC and ST means scheduled caste and scheduled tribe children, they leave school at a very early age. And we also, in the year 2014, we also have seen that census even shows that Muslim girls are less likely than Dalit girls to complete primary schools. So see, the religion can also be can also play a major role whether you're promoting or demoting somebody. So many other reasons are also responsible for this. Like some of them are like non-availability of teachers, say teachers are not available, schools are not available, transport, lack of transport, people are not able to move from here one place to another because of lack of transport, education cost, indifferent attitude of teachers, maybe a teacher is partial for one child, for boys or not for the girls, and parents are responsible. Some parents are also responsible for the negligence of the education, like they are taking education very casually. Okay, if the child is interested, then only let him send to the school rather than let the child be at home. So these are few pictures of women's movement, the campaigns, women's campaigns. These are the struggles, that had been carried on by the women individually, so that they can empower themselves and for their rights. Clear? So women's movement, what is it? When women have individually and collectively together, they struggled to bring about changes. Okay, when they collectively and together bring about changes in them, so this is called as a women's movement. Different strategies have also been used to spread awareness, to fight discrimination, to seek justice. And these movements are related to campaigning, like they have to campaign, they have to raise awareness, they have to protest against the wrong and unjust, they have to show solidarity, that how strong they all are. So men and women, so they all are looked upon as playing specific gender roles. Women have certain roles to play in the society, and men have their own roles to play in the society. They have different roles to play. Women have been facing inequalities at every stage of life. What we feel, what I feel, no doubt their status, I feel that their status has been improved to a very great extent, I know, but still they are lagging behind in every field. Today also we can consider that it is a male dominated society. They fail to avail equal privileges and opportunities. I am not saying that it is happening in every area, no, but still it is not completely vanished. To a great extent it is vanished, but not completely vanished. Clear? Next is different stereotypes. Here we will talk about that we always consider women, we always fit women in certain roles to play, and we cannot broaden our perception for women. Like we assume that women are good only at certain kinds of job. They are best suited to be the nurses because they have a lot of patience, they have a very peaceful mind, but we don't recognize them, to take the position as a doctor. We don't recognize them to take a position being a technician. Clear? So this is a wrong perception, and today women are proving themselves by excelling in every field of life. A woman is a pilot today, a woman is a doctor today, she is a teacher, she is a cricketer, she is whatever you think, in every profession she has proved herself. So next is, these are also certain examples of stereotypes that this picture shows that she belongs in the kitchen, or it shows that it shows her, it is a man's world, it is a male dominant world. But this is wrong. This is a wrong perception, wrong stereotype. Majority believes in these stereotypes. Still orthodox and backward people, they believe in these stereotypes, and this all started when a woman or a girl takes birth. We don't want a girl child. We always want a boy child as a first child. Yeah. So this stereotype and this perception has started since the time, since the beginning itself. So today women have become very aware. They don't listen wrong. They don't. They take a stand for themselves when it comes to to justify themselves. They are determined to break these stereotypes by excelling them in fields which are considered male preserved still now. So they are excelling in every area, and they have broken this stereotype also. We have now women pilots, like I said, engineers. We have now police officers, women police officers, like in in current Sushant Singh Rajput's murder case. We have seen that CBI has been approached to investigate the whole case. So there, women are taking the charge. So, these are the examples. And we can see that one of the example is the Lakshmi Lakra, who by playing and becoming an engine driver, she showed the world that women can do anything. So there are multiple examples, that women have proved themselves. Next is pressure on children. This slide will talk about, not much, but it will talk about that in today's time, it is not about women only, but it is in general that we, in some way or other, being a parent, we, children are pressurizing our children for their grades, for other aspects of their lives, and we basically expect our children to, work as per our desires. Clear? We are not giving them that freedom that they deserve and that they want in their life. For example, it is a matter of great anxiety for the parents if their son shows his inclination towards studying subjects other than science or maths. So parents still believe that my son has taken arts, humanities, commerce. No, if he is a boy, then he has to take maths and science only. What is the reason that he has opted for commerce or humanities? So this is a wrong perception, and this automatically creates a pressure on the minds of the children. So parents have a very wrong perception that their son's future will not be secured if they will take humanities or other subjects other than sciences and medical. So these notions have no base. They must be eliminated. They have to be stopped. So one positive change is required today. Clear? And this positive change can motivate and purify the minds of all the impure minds and other backward sections of the society also. Now, situation of the girls. Though the situation of the girls has improved to a great extent, but to some way or the other, girls still face even worse condition in certain sections of the society. In communities that taught sons to read and write, daughters are not. Clear? There are certain sections of the society. Slowly and steadily, there come more and more positive changes. The communities that never learned reading and writing started sending their children to school. In the beginning also, there was a lot of opposition for educating girls. But at the same time, one thing I must tell here, that there are certain men who are supporting, women campaigns. They are supporting women to a great extent, to uplift them, to empower them. So men are also playing a very great and important role in uplifting the society. Now this is an example of Rashundra Devi, like I was talking earlier. So she was like 1800 to 1890. She is like, her experience is very motivating for all of us. So that is why I have mentioned here. Like, she was a housewife from a very rich landlord's family. But at the same time, because of the orthodox family people, it was there was a notion that if a woman learned to read and write, she would become a widow. Despite this, she taught, but despite of this, she took this as a challenge, and she taught herself that how to read and write in secret. So she did not tell anybody, and in secret, she started learning and reading and writing herself, and she became the first lady to wrote her autobiography in Bangla, and the name was Amar Jeeban. Some examples are also there. For example, Sakhawat Hussain, she was like another example who did a lot for the women's education. Her focus was to educate women. She knew that how to read and write Urdu, but she was not being motivated to learn Bangla in English. And during those days, only the boys were motivated to learn English. Then what happened? She did not give up. She became a writer and wrote a remarkable story titled Sultana's Dream in 1905. Moreover, she also started a school for girls in Kolkata, which is still functioning well. So here what I mean to say is that lot of campaigns have been started, lot of movements have been taken place to uplift, empower women. But still, if we see the census of the year 2001, we can imagine that 76% of boys and men are literate. But the figure is comparatively, very less. If we talk about girls, it is just 54%. Thus, the percentage of male group is still higher than the female group. Situations of Dalits and Adivasis. This is also like girls who are far, they are from Dalits and Adivasis. They are cut off from the school. They are not encouraged to go to school, and because of the reason that they are backward, because of the reason that they are poor, they are unable to bear the cost of educating the girls and all the to all the children. So they prefer boys going school rather than girls. And the position and status of women, like I said, it has improved in total, but it is not still coming at par as compared to the male gender of the society. So there are few terms that I would like to explain here. The first one is stereotype. See, we had a very interesting chapter in your class 6th civics, and there we have already read about stereotypes. So once again I would like to explain stereotypes. What is a stereotype? So it is basically a fixed image of a person and a community. So stereotype it stop us from looking at people as unique individuals. So we start judging here. We start judging people. We make a perception. We make a wrong or a fixed image for a person. It is a negative term. We make a fixed image for a person, and we stop looking people as a unique individuals. Discrimination means when we are unequally treating people, when we are not treating people in an equal manner. Violation means when we are forcefully breaking something, we are breaking the laws, rules. Sexual harassment means when we are physically torturing women out of her wish. She is not in favor of that, but she has been forced physically. Then protest, when we are raising voice against the wrong action. This is protest. Scheduled caste is a term used for Dalits. Scheduled tribes is a term used for Adivasis. Autobiography is a life sketch of the writer himself. Clear? So this is all about the topic. If you have any doubt, kindly ask whenever you feel, and I hope that you people have understood the chapter very well. So thank you so much.